Here's Melbourne.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach cap, pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On a mission, got me up. No one be.
Welcome back to the off season. If you're new here, my name is Mack. I'm a 29-year-old living in Melbourne, documenting my running journey and just my life in general. And this series is all about showcasing the things we should do as runners, but we don't. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Really helps grow the channel. Turns out 50% of you aren't subscribed. Anyway, let's get into the video. It's Wednesday morning. The thing about the off season is, if you don't really feel like doing something, you don't have to do it. So getting out of bed this morning to go to the gym was not an easy task. I think one thing that I've always gotten wrong is like you have to spend a long time in the gym to get gains from it. And to be honest, because I've been doing nothing, anything is better than that. So I'm gonna go in and do like 30 minutes this morning, keep it real easy. A little over 30 minutes, 3 exercises, kept it super simple. Now we can push on with the rest of the day. This is the Enquiries Pace 4, the lightest weight watch in the Enquiries lineup. So let's take a look inside, see what we've got. Alright, today we have something non-running related, but I feel like, you know, it ties in the channel nicely, which is just, I guess, general creativity, video production, all of that kind of stuff. I'm making like a short video for Coffee Supreme to promote their holiday blend, which is this new stuff here. It's really sick. It's like, plays on the whole like Route 66 style of thing. So since 93, it started in 1993. Yeah, it's really cool. It's got like super sick summer road trip vibes about it. So making short sort of Instagram, reel, TikTok piece for these guys, and I thought I'd sort of show you through some of the process, I guess, as we do it. I'm using my big camera to shoot the main video, so I'm going to shoot it on this Osmo Pod. Hope the quality's right. Alright, so I have everything in place how I want it to be, and then the easiest way to create this style of effect is shot's already set up, and then you just remove one item, one at a time, and then in post you just reverse it so they all come back into frame. So this is what it currently looks like. Next up, got this boom sort of setup going on, bit of a top down, put the coffee in, open it up, show what the packaging looks like. Hello. Okay. Dude, stop. Okay, the next step is, so these two coffees come in different blends. So this is espresso and the other one is filter. I recently picked up this set of, I think they're like lens diopters, and basically, so as you can see, This is a big piece of glass. Turns like any normal lens into a macro lens. So I want to use this opportunity while I've got the top down set up to sort of highlight that by doing one of these sort of things. Alright, this is our next shot. This is sort of a wide establishing. Finally in the kitchen. I'll show you a couple of things you can do just to hack it. So obviously wanted to make it feel like morning. Got the curtains behind me closed. I'm also using this little IKEA lamp. Then using this like flower to sort of create a bit of a shadow on the front of the thing. Not really to like give the illusion of, you know, like sunlight, but more of like to play on the whole morning thing. Right, now that we have shot all of our footage, it's time to do the fun part, which is pull it all together. So I use Premiere Pro. I've used Premiere Pro for maybe 9 years, maybe nearly 10 years. I have a template set up which organizes all of my folders like this. I have footage, GFX, audio, music sequences. So it basically just means that whenever you have a project, everything is like nice and clean. You don't have like stuff everywhere, and this is just how I work it usually. So I'm gonna set up a new project, a new sequence. For Instagram, I just do it in 1080. I just find like there's, you know, Instagram compresses it anyway, so I don't think there's any need for it to be 4K. So what I'll usually do is for this first pass, I'll do basically like a few passes of editing. And so I will go through all of my clips, go through by name, and then I'll pull them into the timeline. I'll pull them into the timeline how I want them to be laid out, and then from there we can start to do all of the other stuff. So I'm going to do that now. So I think just as I'm editing here, I just wanted to touch on something, which is sometimes I find, you know, you want to go in with a bit of a plan in terms of like what you want the video to look like. Sometimes you can get really granular about it. You can build out shot lists. You can build out like a storyboard, mood board, whatever. I sort of like know in my head what I want it to look like, know what resources I have to work with in terms of gear and lighting, and then know, you know, sort of like a different sequence of shots that I want to get throughout. And I don't really need to write that down necessarily. One thing that I did prepare ahead was a voiceover, and obviously like the voiceover is one part, the visuals is another part, that both sort of work together to drive the story. Basically as much planning as I had, and then I have like a couple references that I would use from videos that I'd seen online, and I would refer back to them during the shooting process. But sometimes I find if you get too granular about the details, you can get a bit too like caught up in your head on trying to, you know, exactly nail what you're trying to do. Sometimes I find it's better just to start, and if you can build some momentum, you'll come up with ideas along the way that you can build in. And I think sometimes that's just a better approach than trying to be like super detail orientated about it, what it is you're trying to do. So I think that's important in terms of like the creative process. Is like, you know, you've got to let yourself have the freedom to be able to try new things on the fly, not get so stuck on the details or the planning. Have fun with it. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I have gone through, I have like my first cut here sorted. It's about a minute long. Obviously it's like not super finesse, but it's in sort of the order that I want it to be in and how I want it to sort of play out. So the next step, I find this part really important across like my whole creative process. So you have your initial sequence, which is like your version 1. I always go ahead and I duplicate that, and then I turn that into a V2. And then basically throughout like each stage of the process, I'll add new sequences. And so if I find that I don't like something from the current sequence, I can go back to the last one. What I'm gonna do next is record the voiceover. I know how long that's gonna be, and then I can start to sort of work the clips around that VO. I don't do anything too complicated here. I literally just have, this is my like Rode NTG on-camera microphone, and I've just got it connected via USB-C into the computer. This is Coffee Supreme's Holiday Blend. It just feels nostalgic, like those childhood summers and Christmas mornings with the family. Bang. That's that VO done on a timeline, just like that. And then what I'll do from here is I'll just lock my two layers, so my video and my audio layer, and then I will literally just go through and start cutting up VO. So my microphone allows me to record basically like a safety track, so it'll split it into two, so we'll record one slightly lower than the other, and so I just had to split it up. Anyway, here we go. So now that we have the voiceover in place, and I've got it sort of like roughly laid out how I want it to be, now I want to find some music. So I get all of my music, and I've gotten all of my music from MusicBed. I probably used MusicBed for like maybe 5 or 6 years. And this year I started working with them, so shout out MusicBed. Now I want the song to feel like super summery. And sort of when I think of summer, especially my past few summers, I think of a band called Ocean Alley, which is an Australian band. One of the best parts about MusicBed is they have this AI-powered search by song, so I can type in any Ocean Alley song that I want, and it will go through its catalog of music and find songs that are similar to that. So, big one at the moment, they just released a new album. It's called Love Balloon, so you can do that. Now, between the 24th of November and December the 11th, if you sign up for an annual MusicBed subscription, you'll get a free year of MusicBed Sounds, which is new to their platform. It's basically your one-stop shop for all of your sound effects needs. It's where I get all of my sound effects from, and we will dive into later to add some extra sound effects to our video. So here we go. These are all songs that are similar to Love Balloon. So what we're going to do is we're going to start filing through them and see if we can find something that sort of matches the vibe that we want. I have my song now, so I'm just going to import it. So in this nice little instrumental sort of thing, feels very summery. And so the way I usually like to do it is I'll find a portion of the song that I like. And then I'll obviously pull it into my timeline, and then I sort of like see how that lines up roughly with where I want with where everything sort of falls so far. So it looks like it's going to be slightly too long for how I want it to go. So cool thing about Premiere Pro, it's got lots of audio features built in, so I know that I need this song to be slightly shorter, probably somewhere around 35 seconds, give or take. I can go to duration, so obviously select my music track, go to duration, and then I can actually scale back the amount of time that I want the music to be. 41 seconds, I think 41 seconds is a nice little sweet spot. So basically, now all there is to do is to start sort of, really piecing this together. Okay, so I just want to show you MusicBed Sounds real quick. couple of things I've used. So you just go into the sounds panel. For this intro piece, I wanted to find a camera charge, so should type in whatever you want. It has a whole bunch of different sounds. And the other thing I wanted was a whoosh. So you can go, here we go, cinematic dry whoosh. So this can be a really good resource if you're looking to find sound effects. And so basically what I've done is over the years, I've just built up a library of sound effects, of things that I use like almost in every single video. And so I just keep those on file. And what I've been able to do is build this part to sound something like this. So we've got like the little clicks to bring in each piece of item. We have the little, we have the camera flash, or the camera charge, which I've sped up slightly, and then we have a little bit of a whoosh as well to sort of sell the pull out effect. So that's how it all currently looks. We're currently sitting at about a little over 30 seconds, so 33, 34 seconds, which is like perfect, bang on within the brief. And I'm really happy with how this looks overall. So when it comes to grading, not really a strong point of mine. I use the Phantom LUTs for the Sony to get the bass look, and then I've got some other little tweaks that I'm going to keep to myself because I can't give all of my secrets away. And then from there, basically we'll just go through and I'll check exposure, make sure like exposure, white balance, contrast, all of those things look the same across every single clip. This I want it to feel like warm and contrasty, so that's sort of the vibe across all of it. Warm, contrasty, but obviously like, not losing too much detail in the shadows. So I'm gonna go through, do all that, and then I'll pick back up, show you where we're at. Summer coffee is sorted. As the days get longer and warmer, that morning cup of coffee just rolls around a little bit sooner. This is Coffee Supreme's Holiday Blend. It just feels nostalgic, like those childhood summers and Christmas mornings with the family. It's a limited seasonal release, so it only comes around once a year. For me, this is the perfect summer coffee. I'll brew it over ice on those summer days, or keep it hot when I want that cozy, comforting feeling. And it comes in both espresso and filter roast. So whatever setup you've got at home or at the batch, you're covered. Holiday Blend, back for summer. Grab it before it's gone. Good morning, Melbourne. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. One thing I found during marathon training is I did absolutely zero stretching. So I would be super tight in a lot of the places most runners are. Hip flexors, hamstrings, quads, lower back, had some lower back stuff going on towards the back end of Goldie prep. So part of the off season, get on top of those things. Do some stretching this morning, 45 minutes. Let's get it.